stroll with me real quick. I know I may be looking a little crazy, but the weather is changing. So, it's the fall now. But we can't focus on the fall. We focus on the ascension. Now, there's a lot going on as usual. But I'm here to speak to those real ones that's here for this very time. All these distractions, is gonna come rapid, unexpectedly. Anything to knock you off the course of your purpose. I want you to know that you're on the right path. If you feel like you're on the right path and you're just a genuine person that like to help others, even when people don't necessarily help you, then I'm speaking to those ones. The high vibrating, even in this wicked world that we live in. Now, I've tried my best really not to focus on some of the main stories that go on because I like to be authentic with the content, but I just want to address a few things. This knowledge don't belong to anybody. So there's really no such thing as someone else copying some other person's information. It is a such thing of someone copying the way that you put out the information, or, people that, like the ones that's in school. See, the knowledge is not yours, the knowledge is everybody's. But the ones that's cheating, like they pretty much looking at all your answers, on your test, put it on theirs. Then it's a such thing of that. But this knowledge, is not anybody's to say, hey, I've been saying this or I said that, because you learned it from somewhere. That person learned it from somewhere. That person learned, etc. It goes on like that. So I've been hearing certain people saying, oh, I was teaching this first or teaching that first. Could be very true, but you had to learn it from somewhere else. We are here, God wanted to come down and experience itself. We are here to experience and learn, and each one teach one. So I really just wanted to say that real quick because, this so-called conscious community or whatever they want to, label it. Some people will say, oh, I was, and they debating what's wrong, what's right. We all could be wrong. We all could be right, It's what we're really learning and what's the upgrades about it. Now I'm trying to stay focused to not run into these monitoring entities by bringing it up just to say, I'm trying to stay on course and you stay on course. Stay on topic. Don't let nobody, distract you. I've been distracted, but it takes much practice to continue to do what you need to do, knowing that you are heavily protected by one of the most hated beings on the earth. Just because of who you are, what you came here to do, and your high anointment. See, it's bigger than this low vibrational stuff that they want us to constantly pay attention to. We have to get our mind out of all of these things that they want you to pay attention to, once you realizing that it's just all a part of the program, all a part of the computer chip. And excuse me if I pause for a second, just watching my surroundings. Give me a second. I might have to pull this down for a second and then talk through here. But it's many weirdos. Give me a second. they try to keep you distracted so you may not, so you can forget what you're talking about, or, stop what you're doing. The biggest thing the devil try to use is distraction, people, monitoring spirits, etc. You can't say it enough. Like right now, I have to move around because obviously, the monitoring ones are around, but we just can't continue. They don't get close, so they don't play with me at all. And I ain't speaking cocky, I'm just being honest. Most of them cowards, so I just try to stay my distance. And give me a second. One thing about it is nothing wrong with spreading love, but I be ready for war, and mentally, physically, and more spiritually than anything, because I'm not gonna be afraid to ask for help, even though I know that we all have, guardians. Just depending on who you are, what you came here to do, and what contract that you signed. And for the ones that don't get this content, so be it. But this is to reach the ones that it applies to. Now again, this is not for entertainment purposes. It's for, the ones that's trying to learn and get past this matrix and understand it and have an understanding that this is a simulation. See, the rabbit hole gets so deep because as much as you continue to learn, it's still so much more to know. It's still much, much more to find out. You're only a slave because you choose to be. You got a freedom mind. And all of this chaos is going on by design. They hate you, they hate me, but continue doing what you're doing. Stay focused. It's going to be the main speech from me, telling you that you are way beyond just a human being. And I'm speaking to those high vibrating beings, non-ether. Who knows? Could be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ethers, high vibrating individuals. And I know, and since we all fail here to come here for a purpose, yes, we are vulnerable in different ways, but practice makes perfect. We may lust. It takes a practice. We may get upset. We may get angry. We may get all of that having this human experience. But it's all about the experience. It's all about the learning. It's all about passing the class. Don't worry about these ones that's here distracting you and trying to, get you frustrated and upset. That's what they're here for. They was programmed in this matrix even before you got here. When you were part of those selected ones, you came into this, what we call reality, with agents. With people that's here to try to stop you from reaching that goal. Pay attention to the movies. They tell a lot of truth in it. And these agents, they varies from the so-called regular people. Some of these people, in reality, this is their job, to follow people. Literally get paid to be stalkers. You be wondering, like, man, do these people got anything else to do? You ever thought about that? Some of these people young, a lot of them might even be older. It seems like they got all the time in the world. No matter if you working a job, you not working, you just always seem to see or run into these type of individuals. Have an understanding that this is some of these people's jobs literally is just to watch people. But it's your job, your duty, your mission to don't get distracted and remember who you are. And yes, what we call the truth could be, and it seems very bizarre. Why they race baiting with this election and this plan, that plan, and immigrants and all the high crime is going on. If these people were so great, a lot of this stuff would not be going on. But this is by design, because the devil is ruling right now but losing. That time is about up. I want the real ones to know. It does seem like it get along to the ones that may be loners, that have even big families. They even come from large friend groups like me. Although I always been a loner, but I also, you know, where I come from, I know a lot of people. I was very popular in the neighborhood. I was very popular in school. It's just as I got older and started realizing how cold this world could be. When I started realizing, you know, racism, when I started realizing sexism and all this different hate and all this different program and everybody partying, it all just seems so fake. It's like you're here to learn. It's almost like a computer level where you're going through a test. You ever did a test on a computer? It's almost like that. Are you going to make it out these situations? Okay, you're born in poverty. Are you going to be a chain breaker, a curse breaker? You're going to be that chain breaker, or are you going to continue to fall under those generational curses? But you have to have an understanding that this is by design. But the creators do not put you in any situation that you can't get yourself out of. You just have to learn to separate yourself from a lot of people. You got to learn how to deal with solitude. Because constantly, you know, participating in the activities of the world is going to bring you nothing but trouble, you know, heartache, pain, etc., you know. And I get it. Everyone, especially if you're going through trials and tribulations in your life, you want to escape what we call reality. That's why they get drugs and certain things, and certain people might do what they would label hardcore drugs. I don't know how much I can say all this sensory. You know, they try to stop those real ones. So use your imagination on the hardcore drugs and certain things that people take, smoke, you know, to try to escape reality. They could be going through a breakup. They could probably lost family members. You know, different people deal with what they would call mental health issues and things of that nature in different ways. So I just speak to those real ones. We are beyond flesh. We always have been. Just like you hear any type of noises or anything, it's not by coincidence, it's by design. By design, nothing is a coincidence. Don't worry about your haters. Your haters are your biggest supporters, low-key. Because without them, you may not be able to unlock that dormant DNA that you need to unlock through that struggle, through that, you know, people trying to hold you back. You know what I'm saying? You unlock that dormant DNA and unlock those powers that you have within you. Because you are the Superman. You are the Superwoman that they write about, that they wrote about, that they study. You are the ones that carry the things that you need to make the changes. It always starts with you. And it's going to end with you because you are part of the original. And I'm speaking to those real ones. I'm not here or speaking trying to put nobody down, but we have to have an understanding when someone is trying to trick you, when someone is lying to you and constantly giving you broken promises. Fool me once, that's on you. Or what? That's on. Fool me once, however they said. Fool me twice, fool me 3 times, that's on me. So you can't expect the enemy to be your friend. You can't expect a thief to give you something. You can't expect someone that's known for doing violent crimes to be nice to you. That's just not how it works. Because everything is in the spiritual, but it manifests in the physical. As above, so below. So I ain't gonna drag the video too long. This is a spiritual war, I always understand. And I had to do my own due diligence on the study of what they would call the chosen. And as I live and experience and have an understanding, I do believe in it. The call and the chosen and the selected ones. It's just people play on these titles too much. And I try to be different, you know. But shout out to those real ones. Continue being unique. Continue being different. Continue not going with the crowds and what the devil wants you to participate in. You are a leader. You have always been a leader. And that's what they don't like about you. They don't like the fact that when you were in school, you didn't just listen to the teacher. You actually questioned her or questioned him. Like, hey, that doesn't really sound that you know, with common sense. Some of these teachers get mad at you and almost ready to curse you out because you questioning them. See, you're dealing with a society that wants you to be a robot. Why you think they create an AI? Robots are not going to talk back. Robots are not going to question what's going on. Robots are not going to complain about working 12 hours a day, 15 hours a night, whatever it is. You better pay attention to the signs, the mark of the beast. And don't worry about these monitoring ones. Because if you're a high-ranking deity like I know you to be, they can't touch you. But just all these new levels is always going to bring new devils. That's why I say support the channel. They be on here hating. It's like, what you around for? Let them witness your greatness. And I'm speaking to the ones that can relate to these videos. And like I said, if you have been leaving positive messages and things like that, and I haven't replied back to you, it's something going on the other end. It's a lot of things I just don't speak about because I want to be authentic with the message, and I try not to get too distracted or too angry with feeling unfair and being treated unfair, etc. I just expect it. I learn from it, and I use it to fuel the fire that I need and that desire to keep going. And no matter what I do, you know, yes, I be exhausted. Yes, I get tired. Yes, you're going to get tired. Yeah, you're going to be, you know, exhausted, especially when you're dealing with these energy vampires that's trying to drain your life force out of you and trying to take that light from you because you are a light being and they come from dark entities. So I ain't going to drag the video too much longer, but like, support the real. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Turn on your post notifications. If you like the content, you know, if you already a subscriber, share the content, you know. And if you would like to donate for the growth of this channel, link will be in description. It's free to comment. It's free to like, you know, if you like the content. But I speak for those spiritual warriors, them spiritual gurus, you know, them spiritual soldiers, those spiritual gods. You are much more beyond what you think and more powerful than you know right now. Continue searching, continue seeking. Even if you're seeking outside of you, always know that every answer that you ever seek is right inside of you. Triple ones. Triple ones, the God. Ionas 13.